It's time again to cherish all the time you spend. You tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend. You tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence.
What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, EP39, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Mindless Men. I want everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe and click the like button. If you're on Twitter, follow us at 52 Scott Podcast, and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. What's up, good people, and welcome back to another edition of Think Thursday. Today's edition is things that make you go, And what that means is I had questions from viewers that they said we should talk about. So today's questions, if you ever see this topic, things that make you go, or will always be questions from probably from our site, from our online that we've gotten. And we'll go over them and we'll discuss them on the show between the panel here. So let us get into it. Now, some of these questions, man, they're really interesting, man. So we got to really put our thinking caps on. One of these questions are mine. I'm not going to lie. And this is just the NBA. It's a debate that I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a discussion, a topic of discussion with Freddie G on this, because I feel like I think and I know that the NBA is tracking assist stats incorrectly, which is one of these questions. So we're going to start with one of the basics. We're going to start with the NBA. Do you think the NBA stats should be corrected due to the error in tracking assists? And what I mean by that, I have this debate with my brother also. In the NFL, when you get a sack, you can also get a half a sack, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. In the NBA, if I get fouled, if you throw a pass to me and I'm under the bucket and I'm getting ready to lay it up, but I missed the layup, but I go to the free throw line because I got fouled. If I hit both those points, I'm the one that assisted you to getting to the free throw line. Why? If you can do a half of a sack, why can't you add those assists from those free throws? It could be a half an assist if you only hit one free throw. It can be a full assist if you hit both free throws. You get what I'm saying? Why can't they be? I assisted you. If I pass you the ball, you ready to dunk it, you missed the dunk, but you got fouled, you still went to the line, you got points out of it.
I disagree, bro. If you make the shot when you get fouled, I presume you get that assist.
But think about it. How do you get to the line? If I'm wide open, I got three people on me, and you're under the bucket. Shot, you under the bucket. Say I pass the ball to you. Three people on me, and I'm dribbling. I throw it to you under the bucket. You do the layup. Somebody come behind you, hit the back of the head, right? You missed the foul. You missed the shot. But you get a foul. You go to the line, you get the points. You get the points.
Yeah.
But I was the one that assisted you to get to the line. If I wouldn't have passed it to you, you would have never shot the ball nor gotten the points to get to the line. You get what I'm saying? Say if I'd have passed to somebody on the wing. You get what I'm saying?
I get
your point. So if a half a sack, which doesn't make sense to me, how the hell you get a half a sack? It's only one person. It's only one quarterback. How you get half a sack? Doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So if you can track a half a sack, you can track assist from the free throw line.
I get your logic behind it, but here's the thing. You know that can work all kind of ways. Let me give you an example. Mm-hmm. What if I pass you the ball, and when you get it, you take two dribbles and you turn it over? That turnover is going to be counted for me, on me, because I turned the ball over. You passed it to me, and I turned it over. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have never got that turnover had you never passed it to me.
Makes sense.
So should you get the turnover, a half a turnover? Should you get a half a turnover? Now, in regards to getting fouled and going to the line, what if I miss both those free throws?
No assist.
It's no assist.
No points, no assist.
But check it out. At the end of the day, could you take away on assists? Because, hey, I missed free throws. I didn't
Why would you take
capitalize
away?
on what you did.
Think about it. An assist is due to me assisting someone getting points. If you go to free throw line and miss both free throws, it's 0 points. If you missed the layup, say if I gave you an assist, you missed the layup, no one fouled you, it's no points. So I get no assists. See what I'm saying?
Okay, you passed me that ball, and that nigga hit me upside the head and fouled me, and I got a concussion. Had you not passed me that ball, I wouldn't have got that goddamn concussion.
I don't want to talk about this no more. I just go. I'll forget it. This is the same. Sound like my brother. I ain't got time for this.
No. Let's talk about that turnover though.
What? Yeah.
You passed me the ball. I turned it over. Shouldn't you get a half a turnover?
No, I get an apple turnover. Oh man, that was funny. That was a good one. That was good.
So you and your brother argue about this?
Well, yeah, we always sports.
You came up with, but who?
It was my.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the same outcome. I just got with Freddie G. It's not even worth it. But I still think they should look at that. I'm sorry.
Nah, bro. Only if the shot made originally.
Yeah, true.
Do they get the assist for that? If the shot is made during the foul?
Yes.
Okay, that's how it should be.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, this was more political. This has got to be from a smart guy. How in the hell did the U.S. get into a $16 trillion deficit? How did it happen? And I would want to know that. And what period of time?
Man, they send so much money to these other countries for wars and guns and stuff like that. And that's the taxpayers' dollars. And that's where it's going. And we never see that money back, So that's why we are where we are,
Wait, but a deficit means we're borrowing, right? Wouldn't that mean, because we owe, we're the one that owe.
Right, we so far behind.
Why are we borrowing all this
Because we
money?
taking the money from that we got and giving it to other countries.
So we playing
That's why.
a Robin Hood, so to speak. That's what it sounds.
Trying to have more places to govern or run government in,
I gotta hear the voice of reason. Betty G, please tell me.
Well, I don't know, but I would say the $16 trillion in debt, I think that's accumulated over decades and decades and decades. I think part of it has to do with welfare. I think part of it has to do with, let's say, we got those stimulus checks to stimulate the economy.
Yeah.
I think part of it has to do with when the government is funding other cities to take other states for programs. I think all of that has to do with us being in debt, trillions and trillions of dollars. I don't think it's necessarily us giving funds away to other or borrowing from other countries. I think that plays a part too. But I think what offsets some of that stuff is trade. Trade is just what it is. We trade you this for this.
Right.
So, but I think a lot of it has to do with just here within our own country over the years and years and years and years of just giving out to the people. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you agree with that, K-Money?
I do agree, and I also feel, the wars that we've been in the last 20 years have also contributed to the deficit. Being in the war is expensive.
I know.
I've said it like I fund the motherfuckers.
We was in 2 of them, so.
But, being in the war is expensive. So, I think, the Gulf War, of course, for the long period of time that we were there, that didn't help.
Ooh, don't remind me.
You know, so yeah, I definitely agree with what Freddie G is saying, but I definitely also feel that, you know, those wars also contribute.
Nice. It's so crazy because this next item is actually going to trickle over. This is by accident. This is a happy accident, is what I call it. And it's also political, and then I'm actually going to reference a Bible verse in Leviticus. It's Leviticus 19:10, and it says, "And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am the Lord your God." All right, so that takes us into the next item here. Why don't restaurants give away the extra foods after closing? I worked at Popeyes. Oh man, do you know how much chicken I took home? As much chicken as I took home, I threw away 3 to 4 times the amount.
As much.
And I actually know why. They would say, if you gave that food away and they got sick, then they could sue the restaurant. But I worked at another restaurant. I don't want to name this restaurant. They were more giving. So what they would do is they would take the food. They wouldn't give it to the homeless. They would take it and put it in a whole bunch of trash bags. A whole bunch, like maybe 4 or 5. Where no maggots, flies, or anything can get to it. And then they would throw it in the trash. They were free to go in the trash. We couldn't stop them from going in the trash. So they wrapped it very, very carefully in and then put it in the trash. But nothing got on it because we had like 4, 5, 6 bags, covered it up really good. So they would, so if you think about it, all these restaurants in the world, the Popeyes, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, KFC's, Carl's Jr. If everybody just nobody should be hungry. After the stores close, nobody in the world should be hungry. Why don't they give it away?
I think that for the reason that you mentioned about the homeless, I think that once word got out that hey, after such close at such time, I think that it'll mess up the business.
Yeah.
And it'll have people just standing out there, and now you can't get customers to come in, or customers are afraid to leave because you got all of these homeless people hanging out waiting for the leftover food.
Man, they could generate a program that go around picking up
The
food from restaurants and have a neutral location or just pass out to the homeless. But I do agree, man. I that's a question I've been asking myself because I know it's a lot of food being wasted.
Yeah, when I was at I'm telling you, when I worked at Popeyes, it's ridiculous how much food every night was being thrown away. And if it's just that one restaurant probably could have populated Houston. Just the one that I worked at. And I'm like, man, if everybody's doing this, man, no one, if you get just, I don't know,
So K-Mon, real quick,
me.
I got a question. You said generate programs. Where would they get the funding for the programs?
Well, let's say volunteers.
Anything that's helping the state, you can get a grant for. When I did roadside assistance, they threw grants. Anything that's going to help.
But that's
medicine,
government funding.
That's government funding. So
that's
you're helping the homeless. You're helping the homeless.
You are, but that's going back towards this deficit that we in now.
Got a point.
But you can have volunteers. You got people now that go around that try to feed the homeless, and you see that they even get flack, and they're not being funded.
Yeah, you're right. Especially I seen some on the news where they were downtown.
Yeah.
They were getting tickets written.
But people like that volunteer their time to do that could be those same volunteers.
So now you got me thinking. It seems to me like somebody need to come up and create a business.
Yeah, plan
to where you get some kind of deals with these restaurants, and you go and pick up this food.
You can use what you call them?
With the Uber Eats or something like that.
Uber.
Yeah,
you can partner with Uber.
Partner with somebody. Some type of program.
Partnering with Uber would save money.
Yes.
Because if you don't have the money to go pay somebody to pick it up or put gas in your car,
That makes
go
sense.
get it.
Because Uber already exists.
And they going to these places anyway. They already going.
Yeah. And they can get the grants because they already exist and they're providing a service for the state. So it would be state by state if they could do it.
So now where would they drop this food off at? To shelters?
It's got to be somewhere where the people already at.
It's got to be a designated shelter.
Yeah, like I said, a designated spot because you don't want to create an area that's going to draw that type of attention.
Draw people that's just at
it
work.
needs to be in an area, you know, downtown per se. It's where you got a lot of homelessness downtown.
The old bus station here in Houston, Texas, downtown would be the perfect spot because that's where everybody's at. That's in here in Houston.
But yeah, that would kill two birds. Kind of kill two birds with one stone. You know, feeding the homeless and not wasting all this food.
Right. At the same time.
Yeah.
All these years that go by, man, that's one of the things that it just bothers me, man. All right. One of these questions kind of intertwined with what we was already talking about. They'd say, why why in the hell why don't the U.S. help the homeless instead of other countries?
Good question. I've always wondered that myself.
Yeah, that was a good question, and I'm like,
we just talked about it.
yeah.
So it's like they don't care enough to want to help their own people that's over here suffering. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't care. They just don't care about that. You know,
well, they help, man. They just, I think they can do more.
Mm-hmm. They can do more.
Yeah, because you got to keep in mind, there's a lot of people
they
that's homeless.
Have programs. Yeah,
and they just don't want to take advantage of it.
Right.
But the U.S. can do more to get these people off streets, to where it wouldn't be a problem like it is in most cities.
Yeah, Slash had a good point when he said something about. Was it Slash? He said something about it. Everybody found out about that. Everybody just started coming and get their free food. That was Freddie G. Wasn't it? Yeah. So Freddie G, that was a good point. I was thinking about that too because I'm like, if people start finding out about programs like that, they would probably be like, you know what, the homeless is all right. It's okay to be homeless. Some people will be more susceptible to giving up. Because they know
really
there are programs that
really wouldn't take advantage of those programs.
So I guess you got a point, Freddie G. You're right. You got me on that one. You want up me on this one. All right, this last one, man, y'all. This is the reason why I did this show. Y'all know one of my favorite shows is Law and Order, SVU. One of my favorite shows, right? And there was an episode. The gentleman was a talent coordinator or talent scout or not scout, talent. Anyway, he had a little girl that he taught her. He was teaching her to sing, and she was doing the show. One of those the ones Simon Cowell on that show. She was doing one of those big shows. So she was in a big audience, and he's. How to say it? Flamboyant, LBGTQ, whatever.
Alphabet.
Yeah, the alphabet. Yeah. So, and he was black. The little girl was white. Somehow or another it came out that he was messing with the little girl, right? Go on through the show. This man, this was his livelihood now. Mm-hmm. This is what he was a talent scout. This is what he does. This man is black and he's gay. Everybody turned on him. Only to find out at the end of the show, they lied on the man. He didn't do nothing. They did nothing. They were just trying to get some money. That was it. They were just trying to get paid. He was black, gay. They were just trying to get paid. So they just collectively made up stories. Now, this man lost everything. Everything. Nobody wanted to work with him no more. Because y'all look at it this way. Just say somebody say you was a rapist, right? Oh, man, he went to court for rape. You ain't do nothing. Even if you're not found guilty and you're innocent, I mean truly, truly innocent, you really didn't do nothing, you already scarred up being a rapist, right? Mm-hmm. So it's going to be, even though you were found innocent, people still going to have that side eye. So this question is related to this because I'm like, this man lost everything. He ain't got no job no more. He in New York. You know, New York is expensive.
Yeah.
He done lost everything because these little white girls done lied on this
Somebody
boy.
else.
Yeah, and lied on him, and they trying to get paid. Now his whole life is ruined. And at the end of the show, Olivia Benson, sorry. All the fuck you can say is sorry? And this man walk off and he said, bitch, don't. I know you want to say bitch because he was crying. Bitch, I ain't got nothing. And all you can say is sorry, my nigga. That's exactly what he said. So the last one is for those people the police has humiliated and called guilty, went to jail or got arrested but never sentenced and was found not guilty after they have lost everything and found innocent. What do you do for these people's careers you messed up? There's got to be a program out there to say, we fucked up. We need to get you back on track. There's got to be. I mean, you think about it. How many people have been in court, been scarred up and said they did this and that, and they did nothing the whole time. And then they just say, I'm sorry. So now you got to start. You lost every fucking thing.
Is this different from somebody being incarcerated wrongfully?
Yeah, the same thing. Same thing. Just say it's wrongfully incarceration.
But they get compensated.
Okay. Take that away from them. Forget that. The ones that didn't really do nothing, didn't even go to jail.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. So this one's actually about the people that did it, because I know they get compensated. The ones that didn't go to jail, they really didn't do nothing. Especially like this man, he really didn't do anything. Like they were just trying to get paid because he was black and he was gay. That's it.
So it's almost
So
like
now
you
he
get
lost
blackballed.
every fucking thing.
I got you.
What do you do?
Unfortunately, man, you can't control public opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And people have the free will to think what they want to think
Right.
based upon what they've heard, and they can
Exactly.
form their own opinion.
Right.
Now, with that being said, we watch all the time where on social media, or matter of fact, stuff dealing with celebrities, everybody tells stories about their celebrity story or whatever, and so is this, and so is gay. In order for you to be in Hollywood, you got to sleep with these people. You hear all this stuff, right?
Yep.
And so what that does is, depending on who's receiving that information, they can form an opinion about the individual that they're talking about. And you can't control public opinion. So there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Once somebody put a story out there about you and come to find if it's a blatant lie, once they put that story out there, then it's up to the people who are listening to those stories to make their own determination as to, you know what, I'm going to let so-and-so get his day in court before I actually believe it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I'm going to let such and such happen before I actually believe it.
Right.
Because a lot of times we can get sucked into believing what other people believe, because if it runs as gossip long enough, unfortunately, people start to think that it's true.
Yeah.
A la Diddy. I don't know what's going on with Diddy.
Yeah.
But I heard he's on some other kind of shit.
See, the media can push the lie just as well as they can push the truth.
So it's just it's just the way it is. It's public opinion, man, and you got to be careful about the stuff you believe.
Yes.
And I would say start with the people who are telling you that information.
Right, the source. I mean, we live in a very judgmental world, man.
Yeah, it's cancel culture now.
Yes, sir.
It is. Man, this was an interesting topic, man. I appreciate all you listeners that gave me these questions. This was interesting. I think I'm going to do this again. So look out on my page, on our YouTube page, and I'll be looking for your questions. Peace. This concludes our show for today. And if you haven't done so already, follow us on Twitter at Get2Scott Podcast. Also IG and Facebook at The Get2Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Black Friday. See you all soon.